I've always thought it curious how Generation 3 of MLP gets so much bile directed towards it. I mean, what is it about this that is so incriminating? Obviously it's bad, but then there are a lot of low-quality kids shows out there, some of which even have a cult following of sorts. For a while I put it down to the Teen Titans Go phenomenon in reverse, where it doesn't live up to the hype of what came after it, but I'm increasingly realising it goes deeper than that. A short while ago, Shelley D uploaded a quote commentary/critique of my last train of thought, which in actuality was a good 45 minutes of contradictions as him and Jace largely misconstrued, misunderstood, or flat out misquoted what I had said.
He says, hopefully this drama will die down before BronyCon. I'm like, if it doesn't, what's going to happen? Is BronyCon just going to die? Like, what the fuck is
Well, that's another thing. Why would you want it to die down?
Right at the beginning of the run, however, they implied I was a degenerate based on the fact I like MLP. I once made this post on MLP forums, and Jace found a picture of a plane somewhere on my Facebook. This actually got me thinking, and it got a laugh out of me as well. See, I can take a joke at my own expense. After all, I'm not attempting to be a big man or any such nonsense. I'm just a cringy-ass guy with opinions on the internet. Hence my typical response when told you're being cringy is, hey, let me be even more cringy for you. As it happens, I do have an interest in planes and indeed mass transport systems in general, hence the theme of my channel. And apparently this surprises some people, but I'm also a sensitive sod who likes hugs and emotional walks under the stars and all of that stuff. If that makes me autistic, then my response is simple. But why though? You see, when it comes down to it, the words cringy and autistic usually say far more about the insecurities of the person using them than anything else. And if there's one place where insecurity runs rampant, then you've guessed it, it's the brony community. Liking a children's TV show of a feminine appeal isn't a big deal in this day and age, or at least it shouldn't be. You only need to look at literally any Pixar film to see how media aimed at a lower age demographic can have universal appeal. And we're also now waking up to the fact that masculinity and femininity are themselves largely arbitrary social constructions. Hence there is absolutely no reason why a male shouldn't enjoy something like My Little Pony. In spite of this, many fans still feel the need to justify themselves on some level. It's okay to like G4 because G4 is not like those other MLP generations that are terrible and just for little girls. Look, it's okay to like My Little Pony now because they changed the logo from pink so it's more masculine or something. Then there is the ridiculous stipulation, not exclusive to MLP, that kids' movies or TV shows must contain grown-up references and jokes in order to be considered acceptable viewing for adults, because heaven forbid you watch something purely for having well-developed characters or an engrossing story. Insecurity is also largely the reason why the matter of whether bronies should be classed as furries is such a contentious point, and some will militantly argue that is not the case, even when technically speaking that is exactly what we are. You remember all those brony cringer videos, like the one with the guy making a presentation about why it's okay to be a brony? Well, a general theme you'll see in those clips is a subversion of some perceived stigma. Hey, we're going to sing the theme tune in a public place and show all those haters how little we care. The thing with that is, all you're doing in reality is drawing attention to yourself and reinforcing the idea that it's weird. If it's really not a big deal liking MLP, then stop behaving like it is. You know, a lot of the time when people mock bronies, it's not the simple fact of being into MLP they are really making fun of, it's all the baggage that comes with it. There's actually a pretty simple and effective three-step response to follow should you ever encounter any true real-life anti-bronies. Firstly, ask them if they've ever seen a well-executed movie for a general audience like WALL-E, and if not, recommend it because everyone should see that, it's really good. If they try to suggest bronies are basement-dwelling paedophiles or anything to that effect, suck it up and accept that most of us are socially awkward. We do have a major problem of predators in the community, not to mention our primary fanfiction site has an entire section essentially dedicated to child porn, and maybe, just maybe, there is some truth to the stereotype. If said person continues to persist, then in the calmest possible voice, you tell them to get fucked, get a life, and stop telling another grown adult what to do with theirs. Liking MLP does not make you a degenerate any more than liking trains or aeroplanes, but you know what does make you a degenerate? Shitting all over G3 because your fragile ego cannot accept you liking a program aimed at little girls. You're not an oppressed minority, neither are you God's gift to mankind. You watch a TV show, that's all it is. I'm Midnight and I just lost my train of thought. Oh, by the way, Sheldon, feel free to use this picture of me being an autistic retard for your next commentary video. In fact, I dare you to. I mean, anything is better than whatever the hell this abomination is meant to be.